so Mbappe they lead them also for waiting they call them for La Liga now. One guy don't reach him. The guy don't hear him. I still 1 point that they use. Now this one they call you snooze, they pass you. Okay, so currently Arsenal they pass these people with 64 points.
6 points.
With 6 points. What did I call them before? 64. Okay, 6 points, yeah. Man City have 70 points, Arsenal has 61 points. So as the match you go on, so first of all, who you think will win the league for your mind? Because for Liverpool, we know say Liverpool no go do the thing again.
For my mind, it's still Arsenal, but Man City are looking like, and the reason I'm going to say that, okay, shit.
You can tell me.
I didn't know we started.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just start this. Well, in my mind, yeah, like Arsenal should win it because I feel like they've been at the top of the table for longer.
Mm-hmm.
But in their recent form, they're struggling. And then looking at Man City, the fact that Man City have beaten Arsenal in the Carling Cup final, that 2-0. Man City have beaten Liverpool, the current champions, and they've beaten Chelsea in their last 3 matches. You understand? Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool, they've beaten them, and they've beaten all those teams very convincingly. I feel like Man City I have the upper hand for tomorrow's game. Also, they are at home tomorrow, so I feel like they have the upper hand. But if you're going to say like who is going to win the league, I still think that Arsenal have the upper hand. Just also because that they've gone out of all those other competitions. There's more.
No, they are still in Champions League.
Yes, they're still in Champions League, but at this earlier on in the season, there was a talk of the quadruple from their fans mainly. I feel like a lot of their fans were touting quadruple season, and I'm sure the thing started to get to the players as well. So the fact that they've gone out of the 2 domestic cups, you understand? Okay, they've gone through the Champions League, but their second leg against Sporting Lisbon was not convincing at all. That was not a very convincing game.
Arsenal, to me, the way I just see Arsenal as a football club and their fans, they are all dreamers. You never win one trophy, 1 week quadruple. What can I give you? So, I'm not going to even say much. To me, before they even go to game 25 or something like that, when I've already mentioned it to you that Arsenal they are not going to win this league. This is the time. League is not a sprint. League is a marathon.
Yeah,
and right from time, look at right from time. Arsenal always do well at the beginning of the season. Then towards the middle, they will not start fizzling out little by little. But this time, they actually tried this time. I mean, they are taking it up to like the 30th game. This week now, they are playing the 33. This is the week 33. So, to me, I actually believe that they've actually taken it close to the finish line. You know that home stretch now that they are on the home stretch, but I don't think they will make it to the.
I feel like another reason why I think that Arsenal are still my favorites to win the title is okay, they are 6 points or they are 7. Is it 6 or 7? 6 points ahead of Man City right now with the game in hand. So Arsenal in the last few seasons they've been so close to the title. They've been getting so close. So they know what they've been falling short of in the past few seasons. That's what I'm saying. So,
but have they done anything to correct it? That's one thing you should also.
One thing about Arsenal, I will say this season is that this season they are very dogged. Like they don't concede that many goals. Their defense is very mean. I think a criticism a lot of people even have about Arsenal this season is that they rely solely. They're not solely, but they rely a lot on set pieces, corner kicks. They have their corner kick routine where their defenders will line up on the line and they put pressure on the defending team. They're not as attacking as a lot of people expected it. An Arsenal team to be after they signed Gyökeres and Eberechi Eze into their team. They're not as if you watch Man City have a more fluid style of play. So in still saying that Arsenal may falter at the end of the season, I still feel like their defending, their back line is still their strong suit. Man City concede a lot of goals, and Man City are a very fluid team. Man City don't come to your stadium or they don't play you and come out to defend. But Arsenal have that defensive solidity. They know how to like grind out a result. Even though in their 5 recent games, their form has faltered. They've lost to Bournemouth. The Sporting Lisbon draw was very underwhelming. You understand? They've lost in the EFL Cup final to Man City, and that was supposed to be a dress rehearsal for this game. You understand? So if we're going by the EFL Cup game, Man City are obviously going to be extreme favorites. They are at home as well. But I still feel like just because Arsenal have come so close in the last few seasons, especially with this manager, the same players, they've only brought in a few players to
me, Arsenal have been coming close since. They've been coming close since more than 10 years or 15 years, if you want to be truthful to yourself.
I'm even just talking about this, their recent team. This recent manager that has come in since the 20. Arteta has been there since maybe a little bit after COVID. I feel like this team is a more solid team. And Man City this season, we can all admit that Man City haven't even really been on form. You understand? But the fact that is, towards the end, and that's another that's why I will give Pep Guardiola. He has done this many times. He has come from behind. He has been at the front when Liverpool were chasing them. Like there was one season where Liverpool had almost 99 points, and they still lost the title. So that's an edge I will give Pep, is that he has done this many times. He has won the league title 3 or 4 times in a row. He's done it in Spain. He's done it in Germany. Arteta is kind of new to this title, winning a title. You understand?
You see, something you should also notice about this league is that this is when experience really matters. Now, if you look at this Man City team, a lot of them they are used to winning trophy, really, like major trophies. But if you look at Arsenal for that...
I will kind of actually disagree, because if you look at Pep's team now, Cherki, Semenyo, okay, maybe Haaland has won, Bernardo Silva is leaving at the end of the season. Their team is not... This is not a Man City. They signed a lot of young players as well, you understand? They still have a bunch of players that have won the title, but if you look at the players that they go to, even Phil Foden, this season, Phil Foden has not been one of their main players. You understand? Phil Foden is virtually on the bench. A lot of their core Premier League winning players are not, starters. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, they're not starters. Even Bernardo Silva, he's actually been one of their players who has been there for a long time in the KDB era with Aguero.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that the experience. This Bernardo Silva and co, they will be the one to be there. That's when leadership comes in. They will be the one to pump up those younger ones that, we are used to winning this thing. There's nothing to be scared about or something. Now see, looking at this match now. Yeah, Arsenal is having 17 points, Man City 60. Yeah. But also remember something. Man City has a game at hand, or one more game to play and all that.
After this,
So that's why this game that they are going to play today, this match is very important. Whoever wins this match has a very big chance of winning the league. Because if Man City should beat Arsenal today, it means that Man City will have one more game to play, which they are going to play, I think, on Tuesday or Wednesday against Burnley. And if they should beat Burnley in that match, meaning that they are having 70 points, both Arsenal and Man U will have 70. So this way, exactly, this when the real race will now start. Because now pressure would be more on Arsenal than Man City.
Well, for today's game, I actually feel like... For today's game, I actually feel like Man City are under more pressure to win, because they need to win the game. Arsenal don't need to win that game. Arsenal can draw and they'll be cool for that game.
Yeah.
But Man City need to win. You understand? Like the EFL Cup game, they needed to win that game as well, and they proved that they needed to win that game.
But you know where I would disagree with you there really is that the reason why everybody knew that Man City right from the beginning of the season, they were in poor form. They weren't playing really well. That much wasn't really expected from them. It was towards the end that they are. But Arsenal has been topping the league right from... Everybody saw Arsenal. Right from last year, everybody saw Arsenal as the winner of this trophy. So now, once you're having 70 points and 70 points now, so the whole pressure from the fans and all that will be on them that After all this time of you leading the table, is it at this end that you will not be knocked out?
I think this game today is actually going to, this is like the title decider because if Arsenal come out, if Arsenal win the game, then they're going to be clear favorites.
And you know that Man City is not a team that will be coming to play that will say, okay, I want to play for draw.
But you know what?
You come and play to win and hope to get draw.
Arsenal have played very different. If you look at even the last few matches that they played against each other, there have been a few ties where like they both kind of cancelled each other out. You know, Arteta was also under Pep's system before, so Arteta kind of knows how to play a very defensive style of football. He knows how to stifle Man City. Okay, it wasn't very successful in the Carling Cup final, the EFL Cup final. Arsenal just kind of looked out of sorts, but this game, they are going to Man City Stadium. Like, there's really no excuse for them. They lost to Bournemouth recently as well. They played this.
No, their last 4 games, they lose like 3 of them. The only one and they haven't won any actually. They only drew with Sporting Lisbon at the Champions League.
Yes, and that was in their home. You understand?
So they're actually in bad form. That's one that you're saying that they are good in defense, and it seems they will be missing some important player in this match they are going to play.
Yeah, Arsenal are definitely going to be missing some important players, and they're definitely under pressure. But as I said earlier, I feel like Man City have to win that game.
Both teams need to win the game.
Need to win it. The game, they are ahead. They are 6 points ahead. So if they draw the game, technically, Man City are going to get 1 point. They will get 1 point. It's going to be And then if you look at the run-in, but
wait. First, let's even they will be playing their. Let's say Arsenal drew the game now. Yeah. For instance, now they still have more games. Are they sure? Can you guarantee that they will win the rest game?
Let's look at the people they are playing. Newcastle. Newcastle are on terrible form right now. They are playing Fulham. Fulham will, at that point, will probably not really have anything to play for this season. They are playing West Ham United, who will be fighting relegation. They are playing Burnley, and then they are playing Crystal Palace. If we look at Man City,
so you're assuming that they will beat all these people. Before you even come to that conclusion, because I know what you are trying to. You are saying, okay, since there's no Man U, Chelsea,
for Arsenal to be top at this point of the season, they haven't had problems beating teams. You understand? It's just only in recent times they've kind of faltered off.
Okay, now
if you look at Man City's games, Man City play Burnley, they play Southampton in the FA Cup, they play Everton, they play Brentford, they play Bournemouth, and they play Aston Villa. Aston Villa is on the final day of the season, and Aston Villa will be trying to qualify for the Champions League. You understand? So, if you look at the games on paper, Arsenal have the easier running, and Arsenal, the reason that we're even saying that Arsenal is because they've kind of faltered off in recent times.
I mean, they are losing to Burnley and Southampton. Bournemouth and Southampton
in the FA Cup. Yeah, so they've kind of faltered off. But I would be a cynic and say that Arsenal's bread and butter really this season is the Premier League. I even feel like they are more concerned with winning the Premier League than even the Champions League. Just from even that performance that I saw against Sporting Lisbon in the second leg, it seems like all of them, their mind is really on the Premier League. You see, they crashed out of the FA Cup. They crashed out of the Carling Cup to Man City in all recent times. So, to me, I would say that their mind is solely on winning that league. But Man City, the advantage they have is they've done this before. Pep has done this before. You can say that, okay, they brought in a few players. They still have a lot of players there that have won the league before. Arsenal haven't won the league.
So to me, if it's true that Arteta, that's what he's concentrating on, then to me, that's a stupid tactics. Because, first of all, wait.
I'm not saying that it's
because,
a tactic.
You've never won Champions League in your life before.
I'm not even saying that it's a tactic. I'm just saying that it's just in their psyche, where they are taking.
Now that's what I'm saying.
They are going after the games. It's not like maybe even the manager is saying that from the way the games have turned out, it seems like their attention is more towards the Premier League, focusing on the Premier League games. You understand? I'm not saying that maybe Arteta is.
That's I'm saying that psyche is not making sense at all. I mean, as a Liverpool fan, Champions League and Premier League, which one will you actually want to win?
To be honest, right now it will be the Premier League.
Why?
Because my team has won a lot decent amount of Champions League in our history. But
how many? 5?
6.
6.
If you think about the Premier League, in the last 30 years, they've won 2 Premier League. So for Liverpool fans, we don't really see our team win the league a lot. You understand? So the 6 Champions Leagues now, the 2 of them, I've seen my team win it in my lifetime with 2 different managers. One team that was not, that team finished 5th in the league and we still won the Champions League against AC Milan. The second time under Klopp, we've lost a few finals with Klopp. We've lost another final with Benitez against Milan. We've gotten to the Champions League.
Yeah, you see why it's easy for you to say this? It's because you have 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But somebody that have 0, because if you are looking at Leeds that have like 2, it seems Nottingham Forest have then Arsenal don't have.
Aston Villa have, Nottingham Forest.
And Arsenal, they've won, I can't remember the amount of Premier League they've won. Even though the last time, when was the last time? The last time they won it was like...
The Premier League was in 2004.
2004?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, they won it 2004. Then Barca beat them in 2005 Champions League or something.
2006 Champions League was when Barca won. So the last time they actually won the Premier League was 2004, that unbeaten season where they went the whole
Imagine,
season
see how long.
So yes, but if you look at
that's almost 20 years. And remember, at that time I told you, I don't know, was it you? I was telling Arsenal fans that for the next 20 years, they won't win the Champions League. It's getting close.
I wonder whether Arsenal fans will prefer to, like, just asking, the people in the comments, would Arsenal fans rather win the Premier League or would they rather win the Champions League? Which one would be?
Okay, yeah. If you're an Arsenal fan watching, which one will you prefer, the Premier League or the Champions League? Yeah. Well, I think that going for the Champions League is too good. They don't have that power right now.
The Champions League
is
a bigger hurdle to if you're asking me, if you're looking at the run-in right now,
but it's looking...
They play Atletico Madrid and then they'll play the winner of Bayern Munich and PSG in the final. That's a bigger run-in than their Premier League games. That the running Premier League games. Okay, you're saying they'll play Man City.
Like if you ask me now,
yeah.
I would have preferred Barcelona to win the Champions League than the League.
If you ask me as a Liverpool fan as well, just because of the fact that we won the Premier League last season, I would want to win the Champions League this season. You understand? Because, okay, I already have the winning Premier League is still kind of fresh in my memory. So I'll say, okay, I would like to win the Champions League. But Arsenal fans, like, it's still, the Champions League will be a big addition if Arteta is able to win it, but the hurdle is bigger because you're playing Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid are a traditional Champions League. Okay, they may not have won the Champions League, but Atletico Madrid...
Well, they've done way better than Arsenal. They went there like twice in a row now.
They got to the final. They won the Europa League, so
they have more European experience than...
Exactly, and they are, Simeone, we all know how Simeone is. You understand? He's not going to be... Well, we saw what has happened against Barcelona, who everybody, thought were the favorites. Simeone knows how to grind out results. He knows how to...
That game was very heartbreaking.
Exactly. So the thing is, Arsenal, the Premier League, they are running in the Premier League is easier. Even that Man City game, you feel like, okay, maybe they have to win the game.
No, they have to win it too.
I don't think it's a priority. They can go there and play a draw. The pressure is on Man City. You understand? Man City are the ones who are behind. Even though, okay, Arsenal have... The fact that Arsenal have even faltered...
Have you done athletics before?
No.
When somebody is chasing you,
yes, I understand.
The pressure will be on you that let this case not get me.
I understand all that, but the thing is that Arsenal have been here before. Like, they've gotten so close many times. So all the mistakes are...
That's the reason why the pressure will be on. They're getting close. How long? They've been getting close for like 3 seasons straight.
The pressure will be on them, but they've also learned, like, it only... makes sense that they've learned from their previous experiences.
Which experience? They need to win to prove that they've learned. They haven't learned yet.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the season that Liverpool played. We had a very good season, and then we got to the final against Real Madrid, and then we lost in the final to this thing. That was a learning experience. We had gotten to the final of the Europa League previous season, under Klopp.
And is that what's happening to Arsenal right now?
We lost to Sevilla. No, I just feel like when you've never really won a trophy before, that hoodoo is on you. Everybody's looking at you. It's like Liverpool, when we hadn't won the league, when Gerrard slipped up, everybody was like, oh, yeah, we're going to... But even in the COVID season, when we actually now finally won the league, everybody was like, COVID, thank God, COVID is going to make Liverpool not really win the league. They haven't done it for 30 years. They're going to bottle it. It's the same thing. Arsenal haven't won it, so all of us are looking like, well, they're going to falter off again? Is it not us now? So that I'm sure that the players too have that in their own mind.
You know one thing, not that I have anything against Arsenal, but I have something against them. Those are fans.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Remember that the La Liga that when we had Xavi, the one that Xavi won.
Mm-hmm.
If you see what Arsenal fans use my eye to see that time,
I
said, guys, towards the middle of the season, they say, Barcelona this time around, you meet a Waterloo, that Xavi will not do anything. What you want to? They said, they guaranteed me. In short, there was, this Nollywood said something. I went to a set to go and shoot him. Then the other crew member, if you see the way, it's like they team up against me. They were like 6 of them were like, they were going to win the league this season. This how many years ago? It was like 5 or something.
I remember that even
they are going to win.
That Liverpool won the league. They said that league does not count because it's COVID season. Meanwhile, we had already won.
Why didn't they win it?
That's what I'm saying. Is like their fans, actually, that's why if Arsenal don't win the league this season, it's actually going to be a plus for me. I'll actually be kind of happy. But in my trying to be balanced, I'm looking at everything.
Arsenal, you are going trophyless. So. If you're like, nothing. That 20 years that I said was complete.
Yeah, so just...
Wait, the 20s... When did they win it?
2004, it's been more than 20 years.
And when I was saying it, that I looked like a joke. That time, that time I was in secondary school now.
Yeah. They haven't won it in a while. So, I mean, we'll see
how and I think you were the one who even made me make that, because that time I say...
We'll see how the game today goes.
Our 20 years must complete.
Arteta is under a lot of pressure to actually win the league because he hasn't really won too many trophies. If you look at his Arteta's trophy cabinet, you can compare it with Crystal Palace's manager. They've won FA Cup, won Community Shield. Arteta has won FA Cup, won Community Shield. So this league is going to actually prove that he's worth. If you look at a lot of managers that have even left, they've won more things than Arteta. Chelsea's manager that won the World Club Cup. Tottenham's
so if you want to count new coaches that have won league since Arteta took over.
Tottenham manager won the Europa League. They sacked him.
Xavi.
Do you understand? Crystal Palace's manager won FA Cup. He's leaving at the end of the season. Chelsea's manager.
I'm even saying we should even be calling league and all those importance.
League is still even high. I'm even just talking about clubs that generally don't even win trophies. That they will still win the trophy and they've sacked their managers. You understand? Like Tottenham, nobody really expected Tottenham to win Europa League last season. Tottenham was struggling. In fact, this season Tottenham has even proved the point that them winning Europa League last season was kind of crazy because now they're in the relegation zone. Do you understand? So Tottenham sacked their coach and he won something. So Arsenal are a bigger club than Tottenham. At least that's what their fans say. And Tottenham have won a European trophy. So it's crazy that Arsenal haven't won anything.
So I just believe that Arsenal do what we call initial graduation. Just first of all be doing graduation, but when time don't reach,
so we'll see.
This is the closest they've got to in a long while. Let me not say I hope. I hope they do.
We'll see how it goes, sir.
But I still believe this season Arsenal is going trophyless. So they may win it next season and all that, but. This season right now.
We'll see how it goes for the game today. Man City is going to be at home against Arsenal. Pep Guardiola versus Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta actually used to coach on the Man City and has won a league with the Man City. That's
even why one of the reasons why you should even see Arsenal even not winning the team. Yeah, you may see it otherwise, but majority of the team, Mikel Arteta knows. He learned it from Pep Guardiola. And now are you sure Pep Guardiola taught him everything?
If you are going to even say that he learned it, I don't think he has done a good job in replicating Pep Guardiola's style.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That he didn't teach him all the old tactics.
It's not that he didn't. I think Arteta
because he knew that he's going to be a competitor.
Arteta has kind of deviated from Pep's attacking style. Because if you watch Arsenal play, bro,
and doing set pieces.
Yeah, this is set one of them. Teams like they are very solid defensively, but going forward, I don't really enjoy watching Arsenal per se. I don't like their striker Gyökeres. I don't think he's that good.
So we'll come to that.
Saka is a little. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of their attacking players. With their attacking style of play, but their defense. Their defenders have won a lot of games for them. Last minute headers and all that, clean sheets, saves from their keeper. But going forward, that's just my problem. I'd rather watch Man City play than watch Arsenal play. I would even rather watch Aston Villa play than watch Arsenal play. You understand? But They are the top. They know how to get those results. And the reason they're the top right now is that out of all the teams in the Premier League, they are the ones that know how to get the best results. But Man City are on form right now. Like we said earlier, they beat Arsenal in the Carling Cup. They've beaten Chelsea. They've beaten Liverpool. They beat Liverpool 4-0. Liverpool are and to me, when you beat the current champions in an emphatic way, that's also like a statement. You're trying to say, okay, we've beaten the defending champions by this so margin. Now, okay, who's stopping us?
Man City is actually they are clicking right now.
Yeah.
They are getting, yes, in the
Because
beginning, because
actually
they
signed
had a
a
lot
lot
of new players.
Yeah,
They were
they
trying
signed
to like
a lot of
adapt
players,
with
yeah.
each other. But
Yeah.
right now, I think
The
they
players
are.
are definitely
getting used to
better.
each
So
other,
it's
yeah.
going to actually be an exciting game to see how it's going to turn out.
So
What's your
what
prediction?
do you think will be discussed?
My prediction is a draw. I see a score draw. It's going to be a high scoring game.
No number.
I said 2-2.
No, me, I'll say 2-0.
2-0 to Arsenal.
No, Man City is going to.
Okay, sorry, 2-0 to Man.
The most they can get is score one goal and make it 2-1.
I see a 2-2 draw. I just feel like, on the day, there's going to be a lot of pressure on Arsenal. Man City concede goals. Do you understand?
There's something about conceding goals that most people don't really calculate. Really, is that, and especially, sometimes they do that mistake when they are, now when you are playing Barcelona. But I don't even see Barcelona like that Man City kind of situation. Barcelona will play that high
line.
That high line something. So automatically you may look at it that every game Barcelona must concede a goal or something like that. But will you leave your own defense? Will your attackers go just leave? They will have to defend also. Because Barca is attacking you does not mean, okay, you now say, okay, free chance, you want to go and score. You won't go and score like that. That's what I say about Man City tomorrow. See Man City when they are playing Arsenal today. Man City, because Man City is conceded does not mean that your defense will just sit down and just be doing party at the back because Alan will make life to tie that your defense, and you need your attackers that are supposed to be scoring in that place to come and defend. If not, you are leaving. So
Man City definitely have the momentum.
So that's all that the team concede does not mean that
Man City have the momentum going into that game, but I still feel like Arsenal can shut that momentum off quick if they come prepared. But we've seen different types of Arsenal this season. We've seen Arsenal where they come to you and they start attacking from the first minute. They try and get a goal. We've seen Arsenal where they give the team respect and it just is a boring game. You understand? They're not really trying to attack you too much. They're happy to take the draw.
I think tomorrow they'll be trying to play safe.
And that might also now work for them because Man City are going to come out to win. Man City are not coming to play for a draw today. They are going to actually come out to win the game. Exactly. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be a score draw 2-2. I think it's going to be a high scoring game over 2.5. Someone thinks Man City are going to win 2-0. Please let us know in the comments what your score predictions are.
Maybe 2-0, 2-1. Sure.
Yeah, just let us know in the predictions what you think the game is going to end, and please like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Don't also forget to hit the bell for post notifications. So whenever we drop a video, you can.
I'll be dropping video regularly every match weekend and weekdays or whatever. I know which way.
Thank you guys for watching. Peace.